Right, I'm going to try and fit in today's game of rapid chess. So it's 1797, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score. That's an invitation to switch to an E4 game. Opponent's 1600 games, so that's double what I've done. I'll stick to symmetry and have an English instead. Yeah, that's what I normally play, isn't it? I'll stick to what I normally play. Yeah, so what are we going to do? I want to decide what to do with the bishop. We can go this way, or we can try and come out this way and challenge for the centre. I don't think a pawn sack is any good. That's just a simple pawn sack. Knight up could be a move here, and I guess you just encourage a push or knight across. I wouldn't play knight across, actually, because it hits the pawn. It threatens a check. You can play d6 and guard, of course, and then it might just turn out to be a wasted move. Oh, he's gone d5, so I can take one, lose one. But he has to take with a queen, or I can take here. And if he does, I can drop back. But is there any trick? I don't think so. Like, I'm looking at moving this knight forward, but I don't think there is, so I'll just drop back. So we've created a slight imbalance, a centre pawn for a c pawn. Just a very, very slight imbalance. Okay, so queen across, so you might be looking at this sort of concept. I've got to get my bishop into play though, so I'm just going to go d3 and try and get the bishop up at some point. How do I effectively do that? I'm not sure. He's castled. What about bishop up and maybe in or here to hit the pawn? I like that actually, just a plain simple move, hit the pawn. If he pushes up here, we might have some sort of knight jump. But the knight is guarded, so it's not a massive threat, I don't think. It's just a really simple basic development move here. So lots of options for black. You've got pawn up, you can maybe give it your bishop. I don't think you should. You maybe be able to jump the knight in. That's probably more serious. He has done that. He has gone for that move. So is knight back a move? I guess you just play a bishop up and it's not a big deal. I'm going to play rook across then and guard my pawn just with a view to freeing up my knight. Very natural square for his bishop there. Okay. So I'm looking at knight forward again. I don't know if it's a great move. I don't want to burn all my clock. I'm down on the clock, so throw some simple moves in. I'm going to move my bishop here, because if knight comes in, I want to be able to kick the knight, but my bishop's on a bad square, really, and I need to trade this bishop. Maybe I should have gone here. Yeah, I should have gone here, actually, and trade the bishop, but he kind of pushes me there. So up, down, knight takes is probably fine. I'm going to trade the bishop for knight and create an imbalance, because it's probably my weakest piece. Oh, he's actually pushed up, though. So that creates a little bit of an issue, or a temporary issue. So I've got a queen check with a development move. There's no natural block, so I'm going to get my queen developed with a check, and then, excuse me, come back. Problem now is, knight could come in, but at least I might have bishop take, so I've got to come back. Knight in, I think I'll take with a bishop. I could maybe go with the knight, but obviously there's an actual capture back, but feels like I'm making an absolute pig's ear of this game, doesn't it? There is no hit here. Gonna have to come back again. What the heck? I have to come all the way back, I think I do. This has gone horribly, horribly wrong. So knight in, queen back I'm looking at to guard. The knight does guard, but it feels very shaky. The queen's under attack. Queen up to hit the bishop could be a move. Go forward rather than backward, but it feels very scary, doesn't it? Is queen up a move? What's he got there? Say knight goes back, guards the bishop, hits the queen. I might end up all the way back here. So here I think you just do this. Yeah, I'm going to have to come back. He could take here. Take, bishop takes, pawn takes, and we've got an isolated, likely to be lost pawn, but at least it's... I was going to say salvageable. I don't think it is really, is it? It's very, very poor. Yeah, but if I've gone forward there, I think knight back, you hit the queen, you hit the bishop, and the queen's running rapidly out of squares. If you go here, the other knight can come back, and it feels really dicey. Obviously, it's, even though you've got 10 minutes on the clock, it's a rapid game. It's not a massive amount of time. So do I go here with the pawn then instead? No, I'm going to try and get rid of the bishop. I think this is going to be lost. I want to stop the concept of him getting here and the knight here. Pawn up and trade the queen. Yeah, he's gone straight for it. I might have to push up here. Knight check here, queen check, takes. There's no other way to guard it, so do I have to play king up? I think I do. Boy, this is not good, is it? Pawn up. At least he doesn't have knight in now, but this pawn, I don't see how the heck I'm going to defend that. Indeed, that's a good move, isn't it? So do I play bishop up now and try and take here? I still think my bishop is my worst piece, so I'm going to try and get rid of that knight, and at least the back rank are connected now. I'm not going to worry about trying to keep that pawn. I want to try and get some sort of activity. Just realised this is a bit of a technical problem though. Everything has gone wrong with this game. Everything that could go wrong has kind of gone wrong, hasn't it? I'm just going to chuck this pawn. I've chucked the game, haven't I? The whole game is gone. We've just chucked this game completely. Not possible to salvage this. He should take here first, really. Well, he doesn't. I'll take here then. Okay, I'll get the knight up, but yeah, this game, it's not worthwhile playing. Playing it rather well. As soon as he gets doubled up somewhere, then obviously this pawn is a problem as well. The bishop can come in. At least right now he can't push, so we're trying to get rid of one of these pawns and open a file for the rook. That's what we're attempting. Very much easier said than done, but the only chance we've got is to get forward. He's going to try and counter here, but now if he comes down, there is a back rank check issue. So I'm just going to say, yeah, this game has gone. This game has effectively gone, so I'm just going to play for counterplay that doesn't realistically exist. Just hoping for cheap blunders, which shouldn't happen, of course. Let's come across and hit the bishop there. So he doesn't hit the knight. Now, it was a free knight that was hanging there because of the pin. But I need to pick this rook up and put it up somewhere like this, and that's not easy to do. Here and here hit pawns, but there's no way through. Here is just a loss. Here we're doubling up, but no real threat. Oh, he's gone back there though. So here he's going to have to come back here, otherwise it's a checkmate threat. But he's allowed me to take the pawn. Then rook down, pin. I can take the pawn. I'm going to have to, aren't I? He's probably going to try and move here and bring the bishop here to triple stack. Wait, he's just blundered his rook. What the heck? He's just been crushing me, hasn't he? And then he's just lost his mind or something. Very, very lucky with that one. Let's see what it was in engine speak. We played a very poor opening. That's what it feels like. We have 35 moves. They're the move times for both players there. So let's just see what it was in engine language, but it felt like a very poor game. Very poor game. We should have lost that one. We must have been completely busted there, like -3 or something, but let's see what it was. It could have been worse. Yeah, -3.2 it was indeed. So we've played the first 11 moves all right, and then we've just lost our mind and gone completely wrong. But we've still played 90% versus 82%, so let's see how we went horribly wrong. Rook to b1 is our blunder. Not paying attention, but this is a poor game. This is all basically okay, but here... Wow, we should have played knight to e1 there, and just leave a discovery check threat, and then if you castle it's the same threat, I guess. It's just giving your opponent a chance to blunder. If you're not paying attention, you castle and there's a knight check and you hit the queen. Okay. And this is where we blunder. But it's still only level here, but that was our blunder. I should have played knight up here instead of the bishop. What does knight up actually threaten? I mean, maybe it just prevents this knight from jumping around. But this is where we've just gone wrong and wrong and wrong, haven't we? So from this point on now, we end up -3. So this is where the game has kind of really backfired. I missed the fact that I could take the pawn here. Again, it's just sloppy. Take and you can't take back. Knight here, maybe you just go forward. Missing sloppy moves. And there I should have actually taken the knight. I should have done. Should have taken the knight there. I didn't like the look of that, but it was the right thing to do. Okay, this is back to close. So this was basically alright again. And then we've got worse in the next few moves. So we shouldn't have taken there. We should have played h4. Now it's minus 3.2. Yeah, I said he should have taken the pawn there. He didn't. So we got a little bit of luck with that. But it's still minus 2 here. And we're just hoping for cheap tricks because we've got no other real plan. But it's actually back to level in this position. And we're level or better now for the final few moves. But I'm just trying to, like I say, pick the rook up and put it here and get the 7th rank. An opponent's presumably trying to do the same thing here. But he's gone back there. Yeah, should have just gone here instead, covering all of these threats. Then just misses a simple check. So that is rather lucky, putting it mildly, isn't it?